So why don't we um, tell our viewers um, what you believe differentiates you from your opponent in this race, Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett. How do you differ?
Yeah, first of all, I don't view myself as running against any other politician. When I got in in August. It's been a year now, just about a year. And there was one other Democrat in, and his name was Jared Christensen, an 18-year-old from Ellsworth. He was the only declared candidate, and Governor Doyle at that time there were reports coming out that he may go to Washington, D.C. And I viewed it as an optimal time in my life for politics. And so I remember driving into Milwaukee to my work and hearing a story that Governor Doyle may be taken by the young Obama administration to be head of the Peace Corps. And so I looked at myself and I said, Tim, what are you waiting for? I said, you're going to wait for, I don't like waiting for anybody to do something before I do something. If I'm going to do something, it's going to be in a time that I choose when I choose. And I viewed at this time in my life with enough gray hairs and a few little cents and maybe past the part of my life where I vacillate a lot on things. I said, this is the time I need to do this. So, but Governor Doyle was still hadn't said he wasn't going to run. So talked to my wife and she agreed to be all right. So what I wanted to do is I wanted him to know first that I was challenging him in the primary. So I called his office on likely a Thursday and I said, I'm going to be challenging you. His secretary answered and said he had just gone to lunch. So I said, I'm challenging you in the primary. And then that was the weekend that Mayor Barrett suffered his injuries at State Fair. And then on Tuesday, actually that Saturday, 2 days after I called him, Governor Doyle let the word out that he was not going to be running. And so probably got away from your question a little bit. But
well, help the viewer differentiate between the two candidates for that nomination.
Yeah, so I started running long before Mayor Barrett. I was going to run against Governor Doyle. I was going to run against Lieutenant Governor Lawton. I was going to run against Ron Kind. I was going to run against McConnell. The gentleman was the head of the counties, the Wisconsin counties. There was a slew of people, and Mayor Barrett, Tom Barrett, was the last person who came in. So I kept changing my tune for a while, and I said, forget it, I'm just going to go forward. It's difficult for me at times to differentiate, to say what the differences are, because I don't want to say something to make Mayor Barrett's status go down. But I think if you were to put it in a nutshell, when you're having a party and you want people to have a good time and a cocktail party, well, you would invite Tom Barrett to the party. If you're ready for a fight and you want something accomplished, and maybe somebody with a little bit more doesn't care so much about who gets upset at him, that would be me. So if you want something done at the end of the day, accomplished, I'm the person that you would call. That would be the difference. Mayor Barrett, with 80% electoral votes in his last election, can only be seen as successful. And I've had a lot of people trying to tell me why he's not successful. I said, Tom Barrett is a successful mayor of Milwaukee, and he's had success in areas he's gone. Does that mean that he would be a successful governor? Wisconsin needs somebody different right now, and Mayor Barrett is not the answer for Milwaukee, for Wisconsin at this time. And what I do is I go after what I consider the toughest issues in the state. I don't take a poll and ask people what they think. I will tell you what I think, and if that's different than you think, well, let's have a debate on that. And so the way I got even my ideas when I was going to run on is by looking into myself and have an understanding of what I think is the most important issues and taking them on. So I have not seen anything come out of, I'm going to say any of the camps because I don't want to single out Mayor Barrett. I haven't seen anything come out of the other camps that shows imagination, a willingness to take on their own party, a willingness to take on what I consider the most difficult issues in the state. realizing that people who are close to you very well may not like you when you're done, and the party may throw you out. Your own party might throw you out. So that's how I differ from, I'd say, everybody who's running. I see all the major candidates pandering to their interests. Now, granted, they've earned more money because of it with their fundraising, and I have not, so maybe their way is the way that's successful now, but that's not how I do it, and that's not the way I will ever do it.